Boy, oh boy. Boy, oh boy. You guys enjoying the ride? I need to throw that gain down. You guys surviving? You guys alive? Got some bad news, dude. Yeah, that's crazy, man. The end of that pier just gone like that. Wonder what caused it, dude. I mean, obviously the hurricane, right? But I heard that um Ram was telling me that the end of that pier had already been lifting and drawn back down, according to his source from Harvey, the previous hurricane. So I guess there had already been some significant damage, or at least some instability. Like, how does that go unaddressed? I mean, if you got your pier lifting like that, and you've got concrete pylons, I mean, you would think you would make some adjustments there to, I don't know. That's just weird, dude. Yeah, no fishing for sure. I don't know what that does. I'll update this little picture here on the top right of your screen, but what does that do? You know what I mean? By the way, I'm going to play this for you guys before we get into it. If you guys want to come on Skype, I've got my Skype lines open. Actually, do I? Hang on. Where is my Skype? Let me open it up. And if you guys want to come chat, let me know. But let me first. Oh, that's weird. Let's see, does that work? It does work. All right, let me see here. Yeah, Drake, so I mean, I don't know, Abel. It's kind of weird that you say that. That's what I was kind of thinking. Okay. Let me make sure. I really don't want. Okay, there we go. All right, if you guys do want to come and chat, let me know. But anyway, yeah, I don't know. That was my question, Abel. I was like, man, dude, that's kind of playing a little bit of the risk game. I mean, I know it costs money. I made a post about it, and some guy from Florida made an interesting point that the Florida guys, they don't rebuild their piers. I guess because it's just too much. I guess I have no idea, but he pointed out, and I don't know how true this is, right? Because I don't know too much about rebuilding a pier on the Gulf of Mexico. I know a little bit about it when it comes down to state waters because I've been involved in a few myself, but on Gulf waters it's obviously different, right? So you have these new restrictions. I don't know. I've heard they got put in place after the BP spill, but that now you just can't build a pier. The materials, according to this guy, have to be made according to specification and stuff like that. So, I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like I know what I'm talking about as far as that goes, but I mean, it sounds right. He made a good point. It makes sense. So I'd be curious to see what happens there. I mean, I know obviously insurance would be an option, right? I mean, I don't know how they get their funding, but I would hope that the pier would be insured. Of course, if you do file an insurance claim on it and you get the money, or what have you. That's even if they have appropriately bought the correct amount of insurance. Most people don't. Most people go underinsured. Um, that would obviously raise the price of getting back on Bob Hall Pier. But hopefully that's not the case, dude. Hopefully that's not the case. Hi from the other room. No fishing this weekend. Yeah. Yeah, man, it's crazy, dude. Let me see if you guys can hear this. I'm going to turn it on. Here's the latest report here. Let's see here.
Metal buildings shredded in Port's Mansfield. Water covers roads in Corpus Christi. Hurricane Hanna has been hammering South Texas with damaging winds, storm surge, and heavy rain. And now it has officially made landfall on Padre Island at 5 p.m. Central with 90-mile-per-hour winds. And we still have a long way to go as it crosses South Texas and moves into Mexico. So we'll be watching for these stronger winds to be pushing through as we go into the overnight. And not only that, that very heavy rain. I'm really concerned about the rainfall. That'll continue as we go into Sunday. Also watching that rainfall as we go into Monday. The Rio Grande, we could potentially see flooding here, it overflowing its banks. And again, watching for that excessive rainfall. Flash flooding will be an ongoing issue for us. Notice how high some of these rainfall amounts are.
You know what's crazy about it all? You know what's funny about this whole hurricane thing? Is I was talking to my wife about this, and she kind of rolled her eyes. But you notice how the stories in Corpus, right? Like everybody's in Corpus Christi, right? And they're covering this event, and I get it, right? There's a big market for it. But I find it funny, man, that I mean, if I was a news reporter and I was trying to get the shot that nobody could get, the shot that would put me obviously in the most wind besides all my local and national competitors. Like, dude, you want to be in and around Baffin Bay area. So it occurred to me, like, I think these big national news organizations like the Weather Channel, I mean, I would think they would have enough resources to understand King Ranch and understand, you know, obviously it's one of the biggest private ranches, definitely in the U.S., probably even in the world, or at least up there. You would think that they would try and get some intel on some of the very limited country roads to get right there. Like, I could think of 3 areas right now that would give me the best shot, like, opened up into Baffin Bay, and I'm getting all the gnarly winds. And a dude already did that. There's this crazy, hilarious video on Facebook that I posted up on our, if you follow us on Facebook, you can check, Facebook, you can check it out. It's hilarious, dude. It's this guy from Kingsville, and he's acting as a news reporter, and he's right in it, dude. Like, it's funny, but that's exactly where those news reporters need to be. So it occurred to me that these guys don't really know where to go. They really don't, you know, or at least nobody's telling them. Like, I get it. There's a little bit more, like, the market is in Corpus, right? And maybe that's a plug for them to get more viewing audience. But I'm just surprised that no newscasters are out there other than Jose Juan, who you'll see on my Facebook page. It's just crazy. Did the stream bump out? No, it didn't. It's gone. Yeah, man. So it's just nuts, man. Yeah, Rude Dog. No, we're safe, man. We're good. It's a little windy out. I was thinking about putting. I have a couple of cameras here. I could easily put one towards the outside, but I don't think we're really expected to get the bulk of this here until a little later today, and it'll be too dark by then. So it sucks that Bob Hall Pier is the tea of it is gone. I wish I could show you guys a better picture of it, but other than that, so right here, if you guys can see, there used to be right there at the very end of it where it sticks up, that's that little communication tower or whatever. It used to extend both left and right pretty thoroughly, man. And I don't know. I saw some pictures of it showing it breaking down in stages. And it looks like it collapsed on the southern end first, and then it collapsed on the northern side. What's hilarious though, man? I shouldn't say hilarious, but what's just ironic is just how big. I shouldn't even say how unfortunate. I don't even know where I was going with that. I didn't think the waves were going to be that big. I don't even know if they were that big during Harvey. Like I heard that they were going up to like 24 feet. Like that's pretty big, man. I know they were pushing underneath the end of the pier there. I know they were going. So that's, if you do the math, I mean, I would say that's at least 20 feet right there. That's just crazy, dude. I never, at 10 feet, yeah. 18, I get it. But 20, 28, I think I heard somebody say, and this was coming from a pretty reliable source, that some of them were turning that high. That's just bizarre, dude. Yeah, Bob Hall Pier is one of Texas's most productive piers on the Texas coast, man. You can catch everything from tarpon to kings, jacks, big sharks. A lot of people have yanked out some monster sharks out of there. I don't know what's going to happen moving forward. It's going to be a while till we can all figure it out, but it's happening, and I just hope the rest of it holds. Let's see where it all goes. It's kind of creepy, dude. Kind of makes you wonder, like, I don't know. This one kind of snuck up on us. You had a 50-50 shot on this storm. You either were going to get laughed at for over-prepping or you were going to get laughed at for under-prepping. Like, there's just no middle ground when it comes down to getting ready for a hurricane in the public's eye, right? You're always going to be wrong. Somebody's always going to laugh at you. But I think it's safe to say that this one definitely got a lot of people. Not that it's like a catastrophic hurricane where it's just mass destruction. It's just the fact that it changed so late. Like, we were all getting ready for maybe a tropical storm, right? And then it became a Cat 1. And what kind of alarms me is that, I mean, now that we know what a Cat 1 feels like, it's going to do damage. It's definitely flooding damage, right? Probably more than anything. Not so much winds, although there will be wind damage, but it just kind of makes you concerned a little bit whenever they say that a Cat 1 is coming and we sort of think we know what to prepare for or what's coming, but then it makes a last-minute decision of a Cat 4 or a Cat 3. Like, that's what's a little alarming, right? And that could have happened here, right? I mean, the way it changed, I think it got a lot of us, dude. It got a lot of us, man. Yeah, red dot. Yeah, the downfall to that. I'm sorry, red dot. Which, by the way, I don't know if this is true. You guys can look this up. I heard recently that Red Dot Pier may have possibly gone under, but I'm not 100% on that. So if any of you guys have sources, maybe ask around. I'm curious if Red Dot Pier is down. Rumors are flying right now, though, so take that with a grain of salt. Hook, Texas is driving around Port Lavaca area. What you got there, man? Are you, how's it look out there, Hook, Texas? The downside to that red ladyfish is it it hit also on during high tide. And so the biggest problem with this storm, I think, was I'm no news expert, by the way, but it hit, I think, on high tide. The tide's been low in general recently here, but it hit on going up. I think it's the opposite way. I could be wrong, but I think I remember seeing that it was actually hitting on the high tide. But we don't have very big tidal fluctuations here in Corpus. You know, we have a foot or so. But the problem is that stacks on top. You got to like add it all together, right? You got your surge, your rainfall, and then you got high tide. All that just adds to it. And at the end of the day, you end up with some pretty high seas. I know all the L heads are underwater right now. So if you go down Ocean Drive, I've already seen some pictures. Cooper's Alley, which is the first L head, not T head, but L head. And then the one next to it where Landry's is at, that's the T head. That one's down. Wait, is it? No, I'm sorry. The Joe's Crab Shack, and all that is the middle T head. And then the one next to it, the other T head, is the one with Landry's. All those are under. And it's a good thing that we put. I know the city, I think like 5 years ago, we put the new slips for the sailboats. So we have we upgraded from the wooden piers to the floating piers. So like you have the big old concrete slabs, and then on the outsides of them you have little rollers, and the slips where your sailboats are at, they go up and down with the tides and stuff. So I hope that held up. Like I never really paid attention to how high they were. Hopefully all that's intact. Hopefully. So yeah. So let me see if I can update this picture. See if I can update this picture for you guys. I'm surprised the winds they're knocking a little. Surprised I still have connection. If I go off, well, you know what happened. It's tough to see these pictures, man, but God, these things are just... All right, here we go. Here's the latest one. Gotta save as. I don't have a... third video. Oh, it actually changed right there. Cool. I did it live. I saved over itself, so that's the updated one. Man, look how big that wash is on the right-hand side of that pier. That's crazy, dude. So I don't know what this is going to do to fishing, but it's interesting to see. There's a lot we can learn from this one. A little bit of underestimation. Some people downplaying it, you know. Rightfully so. This is not a Harvey. But like I said earlier, it sucks whenever you underestimate something. Because I really didn't think this was going to become a hurricane. I really didn't think it was. So here I am, not really too concerned about it. But it's got me thinking on the other end. If it was a Cat 1, I still would have done the same thing. And all of a sudden, if it would have intensified from a low-end tropical storm to a Cat 1, what's equivalent to that would be like mistaking a Cat 1 to a Cat 3. You know, I mean, that's the wind differential right there, right? And it just kind of makes you think, like, goodness, dude. Last minute? Like, nobody was ready for this. You know, even if it was a Cat 1, they would have not have probably issued mandatory evacuate. Like, this thing came so fast and changed so quickly. Corpus is lucky, dude. Once again, I think. Because if they would have made mandatory evacs, yeah, good luck. You're giving us less than 24 hours to make that decision. And putting people on the road at 4 a.m., you know, flooding other areas. Obviously, you got other issues on top of all that with COVID-19. It's just crazy, man. Um, I killed the big smoker in Matagorda. No kidding. Nice, dude. So, Killer B74 Outdoors is killing kings. Killing smokers. One buddy and his boat. Not near as much fun in the kayak, though. Yeah. Thinking about you guys down south. Stay safe. Thanks, Bobby. Yeah, we'll be good, man. It's more of the water, dude. I'm not entirely concerned with the winds. Even though, the island is getting pounded right now. I think they're clocking 80. They're probably right at 7. I wouldn't be surprised if we see some 90-mile-an-hour winds. Gusting, though, not sustaining. So, I sort of updated some of these tickers. That's kind of what we're looking at here in Corpus, at least. I'm, not a meteorologist. And so this is just pulling information from some of the news out there, which isn't entirely accurate as it is. Kind of had fun with it because I know nobody's on the water. Fishy factors, surface I've listed as impossible. So for the first time in Next Level Fishing's history, we go off the scale into impossible. I usually rank the surf 1 through 10. We're impossible today. 10 to 24 foot. And actually that's the swell prediction. And I think we've already hit that. And I've heard somebody say that I don't know how they get this information. I heard 28 foot being tossed around. 70 to 90 mile an hour winds. I should have put rain at 110%. That's what I should have put the rain at. Hope you guys are safe out there. Randy, what's this? Oh, Randy, man, I'm just coming on having fun. I'm bored, dude. I'm here stuck at home, and I figured that I would just talk hurricanes with you. Talk hurricanes. Man, I kind of want to show you guys this video. Hang on, I'm gonna show you guys. Y'all stick around. I'm gonna show you guys a hilarious video. Hang on. I gotta do this stealthy though. Okay, hang on. Here we go. One sec. I gotta give you guys a full screen. Hang on, I gotta window capture this. Okay. If it would load. That's obviously not loading. All right, here we go. Hang on. Okay. Hang on. I got it. All right, let me show you what kind of clowns we got, dude, here in Corpus, man. All right, just wait one sec. So I'm gonna full screen this. All right, y'all ready? Woo! Oh man, dude. That was a guy who I guess took it upon himself to go out there and get on the action, dude. He somebody get that dude a job. We're getting all right. So Red Lady said we're getting lots of rain right now and 25-mile-an-hour winds. Red Lady, where are you at? Where you're getting 25-mile-an-hour winds? I'm just curious. The highest winds that I've ever been caught in, Bobby T. Are you talking about like kayak fishing, or just in speaking in light of hurricanes and stuff. I guess I'll answer both those. Um, the highest winds I've been in probably about 30 to 45. Not sustained, but gust. Definitely sustained 30, 35. And arguably, I've been in about a 45 mile an hour shear wind. We had a storm. Yeah, okay. So 45 would be it. But obviously I wasn't. I had pulled onto some marsh and waited it out. We had some systems that just kind of came up out of nowhere, man. From where was it? From Sinton, Refugio, something like that. And one of the worst situations to be in, dude. I mean, from my experience, everybody's different. Is getting a storm that produces shear wind. That's dangerous, man. That will that can cause some damage. That can ruin your life and your kayak fishing experience, especially if you make that mistake. So I would say that would be the most. No sound. Oh, you guys didn't hear the sound. Oh, man. Oh, yeah. I can see why. I didn't. Okay, hang on. Let's replay this real quick because it's actually kind of hilarious. Okay. Let me, I'll have to pull it back up. I'll answer these questions before I pull it back up, though. So, wait a minute. Okay. Yeah, that would be the most, man. What about yourself? Hurricane? I don't know. It's kind of hard to tell. I've been in 80, maybe 90 mile an hour gust winds. Harvey was about 90 from what we got, 80, 90. That was kind of bad. I mean, we weren't in the mess of it, but we were definitely experiencing some winds, at least where I'm at. The most I will paddle, the most I've actually paddled in would be 25 miles an hour. And that would be my personal cutoff. I wouldn't push anything further than that. And I paddle, I consider myself a pretty healthy paddler. So, if you're not a healthy paddler, or at least not conditioned for it, or feel like maybe you're not in the right kayak, because there's a lot of variables to what I can paddle in versus what anybody else can, or what you can paddle in if you're paddling in better wind than me. Especially like if you're in a surf ski versus a kayak. There's some hybrids out there now that could probably handle a little bit more, depending on the weight. And if you're offshore or inshore, head-on winds on lighter kayaks tend to diminish you a lot quicker than heavier kayaks. That's where heavier kayaks sort of shine a little bit better. They fight the wind better, especially going head-on. Even though they're a pain to pull in the just over land and stuff. I'll give you guys a real good example. My Viking versus my Trident 15. There's about a 25, 30 pound difference. And where the Viking, the Viking is a slightly, very slight, very close as far as top end speed. Those two kayaks, they're the way they are act in wind is really quite funny. So the Viking obviously is going to get a quicker start. It's going to get a quicker jump. You're obviously lighter, so you need less energy to take off. That's sort of the beauty about a lighter kayak. But if you're in a windy area, especially like Corpus, I do see a difference in performance in a positive way for having a kayak that's still designed to paddle, but it's a little bit heavier. In Corpus, for example, the Trident 15, I think, just does night and day difference in the wind. But obviously the Viking is a little bit faster. So on a cool, calm day, they're both great kayaks, man. They're almost even. The only way that one is better than the other is in different situations. It's I love comparing those two kayaks, man. All right, here we go. Okay, let me see if I can blow this up again. All right, let me unmute this so you guys can hear this hilarious guy.
Hurricane Hanna has definitely hit us directly. We're about to enter the eye here in a minute. Winds about 75 miles an hour. Don't come outside. As you can see, the rain is to my knee level high. Please, y'all stay safe out there and social distance. This is your weatherman again, live, reporting in from Peaceville, Texas. I'm out of here.
Oh, man. This is your weatherman from Kingsville, Texas, live. I'm out of here. Oh, goodness, dude. Oh, my goodness. It's funny. Let me answer some of these questions here. I'm gonna miss Bob. I think we're all gonna miss Bob Hall. Yeah, man. I'll miss just looking at it and it being the same. Hopefully they can repair that. 20 to 25 mile winds in Nuevo Laredo, just across the river from Laredo, Texas. Wow. You too, Red Ladyfish. Stay safe. Is there a video of Bob Hall collapsing? I haven't seen it. There isn't, but I can guarantee you that there will be a video. I mean, there's a stage clip. So this picture that you guys see right here, how do I? This picture right here, that's taken off of that website right there. And you guys can go to that website or Google it, and you'll see live. It's actually a live feed. Depending on how they have their system set, they're obviously getting much better quality on their end. So I'm sure they can pull that's streaming through. That's an IP camera, so that's all just internet data going. I think that there's gonna be some video out there if they want to release it. That's up to them. It'd be nice to see. I mean, I can tell you right now, there's a picture of somebody who took clips of it collapsing, and it fell in 2 stages. I'm sorry. If you're looking at this picture on the right-hand side, so obviously the pier tees out, the right-hand side washed out first, I should say. And then the left-hand side washed out first. Now, on that picture, it's all time-stamped on the top left. Same source as this video right here. There's you can see that it went from right to left on the actual collapse. So, I'm pretty sure they can rewind that and play it. It'll probably look a lot better from there and stick in a little USB drive. They'll probably share it with everybody, I'm sure. Not that it matters, Not that it matters. But I got one source, like I said, man. I got one source that said that the end of that pier was already jeopardized from Harvey. According to that source, during Harvey, those end pylons and everything that was there was already kind of bouncing and lifting, which kind of it just makes me wonder, like, well, if that's the case, then it was going to happen sooner or later. If it's already lifting up like that. So, is it safe to go offshore on a Hobie Outback Marine? Nah, dude. Not safe for anybody to be out there. And it's a great topic to bring up. So what does this do for our offshore once this all passes, right? And I would say just still be careful. That the tide obviously will pull back, but the current might be still a little gnarly for a few days. So just be real careful, man. You're moving that storm is moving a huge amount of water, and currents don't just disappear overnight. They need some time. Everything's going to have to normalize. The beautiful thing about it, is sometimes it does tend to push other species along, relocates them. My experience with that is definitely I've fished after a tropical storm / hurricane twice, and the one species that has always come in prevalent is, for us at least, is definitely barracuda. I've seen some monster barracudas hanging around after a storm, and they'll stay there. They'll home there until somebody obviously catches them, which unfortunately we do have a lot of pressure in and around our rig, so I'm sure they won't last, if they do get relocated there. But it'd be nice to hook up on a barracuda. I've never actually caught one. I've fought 2 of them, I fought 3 of them, lost 3 of them. So I'm 0 for 3 or whatever. Yeah. Indianapolis Marine burned down. What? Indianola Marina burned down. How does that burn down? Jimmy Troutweather, you would know, dude. You would know. April. I don't charge anything, dude. Can't. That would be illegal, sir. I don't even think I could charge you a hamburger. Isn't that weird? If you don't have your guide license, you can't even so much accept a gift. I don't think. So you can't hug me, you can't look at me, you can't wink at me, you can't buy me a meal. You just, as soon as we get off the water, you just got to go your own way, dude. Just kidding. Now, I don't know what that, I do think that you can't accept a gift. Guiding is a weird thing, dude. You don't have your captain's license or wherever you're from. Well, no, at least you're in Texas. Can't accept form of payment, dude. Can't accept form of payment. When are you coming to the West Coast to fish? Man, D84 Cali says, when am I coming to the West Coast to fish? I'm assuming you're from California. Man, dude, I would love to come fish Cali, dude. I just, I don't know. I got to make it happen. I feel like I got to prepare for California like none other. Because you guys, that's, who's big over there? You got the Jim Salmon's crew, all those guys on the West Coast, fishing cold water. I'm sure your tides are ridiculous. So I would need to first try and put myself in a position where I can obviously catch some good fish. So I would need some insider knowledge. And I would just need a place to stay, prepare. I'll bring the cameras. We'll bring the crew. We'll film the whole thing. That's the one place I really haven't been that I've been dying to get to, man. I would love to go there. My buddy just recently went, I think last year. And he went on a guided trip, I think. And they were just catching weird stuff that's just completely unfamiliar to us. And he was fishing, I forget what you call it, man. Those long grass things that go up. I know them. I just have a brain fart. Nah, you can't. I don't think. What's up, dude? What's up? There you go. You bring the bait. Bring the bait. You just give me a good 2 weeks heads up and we'll make it happen, dude. What's up, Mark? How you doing, brother? When you coming back to H-Town? Fabian Garcia, when am I coming to H-Town? Man, dude, whenever I have an excuse. My family actually lives there, man. I grew up. A lot of people don't know. I was born here in Corpus. I'll tell you a little bit of my traveling experience. So, I was born here in Corpus, and I didn't live here long. Not even enough to, I don't think, even make it outside of first grade. My parents were going through college when they had me. My mom was becoming a teacher at what is now known as A&M Corpus, but was previously known as, I think, Corpus Christi University. And my dad was getting his engineering degree at Texas A&I Javelinas, which is now known as Texas A&M Kingsville. And chemical engineer. We left to Sugarland. We were getting a house built, and then he got a job opportunity to go overseas and do some work. So we ended up going to, I lived some of my younger years all the way up to about 6th grade, or a little bit before 6th grade, in Spain. I lived there for a little bit, and that's some of the areas where I really got to see the powers of big tidal fluctuations. I lived in a port city, kind of like Corpus, similar to even Houston, but not as big as Houston, obviously, but just, smaller, very condensed, a lot of buildings, high-risers everywhere. It's a place called Gijón, Asturias, which is Gijon. It's just a little east of Portugal, and you can look it up, and it's a beautiful city, man. And I ran that city wild, dude, for a few years. Just culture shock. That's where I really started doing a little bit of some fishing as a youngster by myself and with some friends from an international school I went to. And then we came back down and we found ourselves back in Houston, to go full circle on that topic as far as when I'm coming back to Houston. So I'm there in Houston, and I grew up at Lamar Consolidated High School, which is in Rosenberg, but we technically had a Sugarland address. Houston was much different when I moved there. Highway 59 into Sugarland was a two-way highway, or a two-lane highway. Very small, dude. Nothing but woods and trees. Once you hit Rosenberg, I mean, it's just full-blown, dude. It's amazing how fast that city grew in such a small period of time, man. So, Rosenberg, Rosenberg. Got a chance to play alongside some NFL players when I was there, dude. We've had a few of them come out. I played next to Michael Lewis, strong safety for the 49ers, and the Eagles. Hit him 42, dude. I think he even has a Super Bowl ring. Michael Lewis, man. He still went to Colorado State. He graduated Lamar, won state. Did he win state for us? Yeah, I think so. Gosh, now I can't even remember. And then like 4 years later, man, Jaquiz Rogers for the Atlanta Falcons came out of Lamar. Graduated with my brother's class, actually. So we've had some nice athletes come out of Lamar Consolidated. What's the next big fish you haven't caught? Bucket list, dude. I need a cobia, Mark. I'm tired of small cobias. You know, I've never even posted a picture of a cobia because I vowed to never post a picture of a cobia unless it was at least a 40-pounder, dude. I want a 30 to 40-pounder. 40-pounder though is what I vowed to do. I've caught a bunch of little bitty ones. I lost a big one last year. But that's my bucket list this year, man, is a cobia and a barracuda. Now that this hurricane came in, I'll be on the prowl for barracuda. The ultimate goal, the next big bucket list is so I want to be able to say that I've caught 2 sailfish in 2 bodies of water. Obviously the one here in Corpus, so that's a Gulf sail. And I still need to catch an Atlantic sail. That's a bucket list, dude. I don't know. That's just a tough one, dude. You know, I would like to go. I scratched the hard one out of the way, which is the one out of Corpus. Now I need to go and get an Atlantic sailfish, and then I want to come back and get a Florida Gulf sailfish. If I can get those 3 right there, I'm happy, dude. Obviously, if I lived in Florida, it probably wouldn't be such a big bucket list because those guys catch them like we catch kings. But for us Texans, it's a little bit more special. So I would say, yeah. Yeah, dude. Yeah, man. Cattails. I'm sorry, Fabian, dude. You got me on this big old spill about me in Houston. I don't know when I'm going to Houston, dude. I need to visit my parents. My dad just came back from overseas, so he's sort of in quarantine for at least a month. You know, I mean, that's just kind of standard protocol, right? Um, I well, my family. I'm gonna come out and just say this. My family went through it already. We're good. We're healthy. We didn't have any complications with it. Um, you know, so it is what it is. I mean, I don't know. It's so weird, dude. Like 99% sure that I'm asymptomatic or was at least. Not anymore, but wife obviously tested positive for it. I mean, we were all in the same household. It's crazy, dude. But she tested negative, which is I think a week ago. So I think we're all good, man. Feel great, you know. No harm there done. Still continue to fish. Never really got any lack of shortness of breath or felt weak or anything like that, man. Just such a bizarre virus, dude. But I would say maybe whenever we get the next big fishing convention, I'll head over there for sure. I may anything that comes close to a fishing convention in and around me that at least has could be ACK, could be Bixby, it could be Gear Railblazer if they call. Always a good chance that I could be working their booths if they need me. I'm always there. Probably the Houston Fishing Show would be the next time I'd be there. Probably one of the longest answers I think I've ever given anybody. My wife bought me a guided trip to catch a tarpon on anniversary. Have you caught one before? Any pointers you can give? No, I really haven't, man. And we can, if I wanted to focus. So once I'm done with getting a couple of respectable cobia and after this year, we'll see what happens. Next year, one of the big goals is to film the experience of trying to catch or land a tarpon. Tarpon are here on the Texas coast. They're I don't want to say they're everywhere, but they're not very hard to get in front of. Of course, it's different. You know, to get one is different, right? Tarpon is really one of the most perfect fish to fight. It's the perfect fighter, I think. I mean, what is it? 80%, 50% of your hookups are failures. It's got enough strength to break your wrist. I mean, I've known of anglers, not kayak anglers, but just boaters who've fractured their wrist fighting those things, man. It's a powerful fish, dude. It's not one to take lightly. It's a special fish. I saw my first big monster in Florida in Navarre Beach this past just a few months ago. It was amazing, dude. Absolutely amazing. It kind of made me hungry, and I'm kind of scared to catch one because I'm afraid that I might become obsessed with them. And that's the big problem with me, dude, is whenever I get into something, I really get into something, and I try and become the best I can at it, and I obsess over it. It's not healthy. It's not healthy, man. And you can even ask my wife. Once I get into something, I really do obsess over it, and I'll dream about it. It's just not pretty, dude. So I'm scared and nervous because if I do get one, I'm gonna want it over and over and over. Yeah. I don't know where I'm gonna target them. I'm either gonna target. Mark, you ain't lying about Los Busos, dude. I'm either gonna target it here. I think it would be more special for me to get it off of our jetties, local jetties, but if you really want an easy chance to just consistently put yourself on them, South Padre, dude. I mean, it's like their tarpon are like our redfish, is what one of my buddies has kind of told me, and he's a little bit more experienced with it on off the jetty. Just really in general, whether jetty or not, just being around him. He's jumped a few already, and he's on that mission, dude. And I've already seen him. It's frustrating, I can tell, you know. So, yeah, that's on the list, dude. That's on the list. Rosenberg, yeah. Well, all right, guys. So I'll give y'all one more update before I get out of here. Just wanted to say what's up. You guys be safe. This is, if you guys have any other questions, lay them on me. If not, I'm going to begin to wrap things up. Let me look and make sure I didn't skip out any of these. Dude, I tell you what, Mark. You know where my dream place would be, man? Los Buzos is one of them. But if you really want to get off the grid, Los Buzos was off the grid, but now, yeah, we know about Los Buzos, right? Everybody, you go there, you're going to catch fish of your lifetime. But there's one place, man, that I keep hearing about. And Costa Rica, man. And the other one is Cuba, which I know sounds deadly and dangerous. But I've heard, dude, that some of the fish in Cuba, and even in some of the fish even in Costa Rica, that, like in some areas, not all the areas, because Costa Rica is heavily fished, right, and guided. But Cuba's different, man. A lot of those fish have never really seen lures, I've heard. I mean, they have, but they've not to like the American standard of presence. I've heard, dude, what's up, Aldor Moore, that those fish, man, are just like Cuba and Costa Rica, man. Just a diamond in the rough for the American people to go out there and fish. I know that so if you guys are big fans of Yeti films, look up the one, Andrew Carter or something like that. He's a white marlin hunter, dude. I mean, a marlin hunter. He's a guide over there in Costa Rica. And he's always, you know, the goal for any boater who's after marlin is a grand. You know, that's your dream. That's your goal. That's your life goal as a marlin fisherman. It's a grand. It's 1,000, anything over 1,000 pounds or more marlin. And, dude, just watch that video, man. And then you tell me. It can be done on a kayak. Not that big. You can get away with a 200-300 pound marlin, but it's gonna be tough. I mean, the proof's in the pudding, dude. Look around, look at all the guys that have gone. I mean, they've barely been able to leader marlins. They've leadered small ones, but the bigger ones had to have been handled eventually on a boat. Those are vicious animals. They're designed for war, dude. So if you grab onto one of those, you better for one, you better be healthy. You better be hydrated. You better have fought a lot of big fish and had them under your belt. Because a marlin, man, just looking at the faces of anglers who have fought them, you know, yeah, they're you don't want to have any shoulder issues or any hernias or anything like that. Like you're in a fight for a while, dude. Yeah. Fielder is you know, he's been there for a few years. He's one of the big guys who's really kind of blew that area up and shown the light to it and made it popular. And more so than Robert is just Adam Fisk, man. I mean, the guy that's his area. That's his operation, Adam's. And it's just look at some of the stuff Adam has put out and caught. He's the guy out there actually chasing the marlin and successfully landing more than one already. And goodness gracious, dude. Adam and that whole operation over there, they've really, you know, like 5, 6, 7 years ago, catching a sailfish was like just a whoa, right? Like, didn't really hear much about it. Now we all do it. And then everybody set a goal and dream to do a marlin. And that's it, right? For like you're done with kayak fishing once you do that. And they're doing it out there. They're doing it out there, and it's just awesome to see, dude. It's awesome to see. So that's always in the works, Mark. If we do, though, I've got to get with Fielder because I know Robert real well, dude. I've shacked up with him a few times in some older tournaments that we've done. So if we do it, we're going to do it right. I'll make sure to get all the intel that we need and figure out how we can film that and do it justice, dude, because that's an epic film if I were to go over there. Fish with Ram not too long ago, man. Told him to tell you now that you should do a meetup, bro. Yeah, what's up, Paul? How you doing, brother? Yeah, man, I just got off the phone with Ram, actually. He just got out of surgery. He had to get some, I think, gallbladder pulled out, dude. So he's doing good, man. He's recovering. He's going to be off the water for a little bit, but yeah. Yeah, we might do something. I need to get with him, dude. I'm going to let him kind of rest up a little bit, and we'll get something together, some sort, maybe a little meet and greet fishing. We just kind of, before I get out of here, one thing, we're going to be working a little bit, not really working, but we're featured on the Angler app now. Next Level Fishing TV is featured on the Angler app. So you'll know a little bit more about that here soon if you haven't already messed with the Angler app. It's sort of like a fishing journal. But one of the cool things about it is I'm capable through the Angler app, and this is completely free. I'm able to make events, like tournament events, with amongst like the following here. In whatever waters you're in. I can set the rules, I can do whatever, and then I can coordinate the giveaways and stuff. Or cash money, whatever you guys want to do. Wouldn't be anything out of y'all's pocket. It would just be my, how do I put this? My ability to reach out and offer you guys something and just have fun with it. So that's a little spiel here. I guess I just told y'all. You can get it. It's Angler app. It's pretty cool, dude. It just lets you kind of keep your own logging of what you're doing. It gives you a GPS tracking. You can start your trips, but you input what you're using that day. You kind of take notes of everything. This way, a year's time runs around, and you're starting to look back and reflect on similarities with patterns, time of year, time of day, pressure, things like that. And amongst all that, it'll give you my live feeds as far as, not live feeds, it'll give you my updates. Like whenever I release a new video, it actually posts up there on the Angler app. Without you having to even look for me or follow me, it's just going to be right up there. So within that, I can make group events. And you guys are more than welcome to sign up on them here in the near future. And we'll do something fun, dude. We'll make it general. I'll just put it, it's a challenge is what it is, right? So I'll give you a challenge to catch 20 fish. This is just an example. The challenge for this month, 20 fish, you got a month. They got to be at least X, Y, and Z inches. Winner gets a brand new 2020 Corvette. You know what I'm saying? We'll keep it simple like that. So, now you guys kind of know. But we'll talk a little bit more about that later on. Anyway, man. We're going to appreciate it, Paul. So we're going to have fun with that, dude. And we'll see you guys soon, dude. Thanks for chit-chatting, man. I'm bored here, like many South Texas people are. I figured I'd just talk a little hurricane talk a little fishing while we're just sitting back, not doing nothing. Winds are starting to pick up. We're supposed to get a second landfall, whatever that means. I don't know exactly what a second landfall is. If you guys know, let me know. But stay tuned. I'm working on some episodes tonight, as long as my electricity stays on. We've got a couple of behind the scenes. I've got one behind the scene. We've got a Top Gear episode coming out, and then I'm working on another cooking one. Tournament edition series, it's going to have to wait till, I think, a month until our next possible tournament. So, if you're a fan of watching tournament fishing, that's one of our series. We have 4 different series. We have a catch and cook. We have the tournament series. That's where I take you guys, and we've won quite a bit of tournaments on that series. So definitely check it out if you like that competitive side of things and you want to follow along that stuff. You'll find and it's not just me. One of them is actually Eric Delois, which is a couple years ago. He places on a sailfish tournament. I've got a couple of trout tournaments, a redfish tournament. I still need to tell the kingfish story. I haven't told that one because that one's hard to tell. So anyway, sorry. Behind the scenes tournament edition, catch and cook, and what's the other one? Top Gear. Those are our 4 popular series that we are currently working on in 2020 and probably pushing forward, man. You guys really seem we're getting some real good responses from them, so I'm happy to bring that to you guys. And if I come up with another cool idea, then we'll implement it. But I try not to give y'all too much stuff, otherwise y'all just be like, what am I watching today? So all right, guys, we'll see y'all on the other end of this storm, dude. We should be good on Sunday. I'll probably drive around Sunday. I've got to check a few things downtown in Corpus. I'll post up some pictures. You guys can just, if you guys want to see the aftermath of all this, you can catch us on one of our social medias, whether it be here on YouTube, under the community point, or under the community tab. Instagram is at Next Level Fishing TV. Facebook is at Next Level Fishing TV. Twitter is at Next Level Fishing, or Next Level Fishing TV. And, yeah, man. So we'll see y'all soon. Y'all be safe. Y'all be careful. Don't do anything stupid. Don't do anything I would do. What's that saying? Do as I say, not as I do, right? So if you see a yellow kayak on Bob Hall here in the next 30 minutes, just know that I did it out of love. Later, guys.